welcome to Allergy Dragon. My name's Martha. I'm a specialty diet and allergy chef, and this is Allergy Dragon's Lair. And we are pre-recording this one, which is a little bit weirder than normal, and my sister Cindy can't be with us today. But today I'm really excited because I'm joined and I get to speak with a chef. This is our first other chef other than me on Allergy Dragon's Lair. So I can't wait to really dive into this. I literally just, recently got introduced to him in July 9th. And I didn't even really get to talk to him until like literally a few minutes ago. But so super excited and super glad that I sent that email out that I did, just to actually ask about the product that he had. So first I'm going to do a disclaimer that we always do, and that is that on this Allergy Dragon's Lair, that this is our opinions and our opinions of our guests and our life experiences. We are not doctors. We are not healthcare providers. We are mostly chefs. And today, literally just two chefs talking.
Right.
And so please make sure that you follow your medical advice of your doctors and your practitioners that are taking care of you, because we are not those people. Okay.
Right.
So that's our disclaimer. So great. I am so happy to have you. So Kurt Stiles was a research chef and author, and I literally we went to Veg Fest here in Louisville, Kentucky, and ran into his product, which I have his card right here, which is like Pure Plant. Okay, I know it's not the best picture for me on my side, but it's Pure Plant Jerky. And by the way, disclaimer, this is not sponsored. I purchased these items, okay? He did not purchase anything. I purchased it because I actually really enjoyed it. And we actually have one bag on, but I will introduce about his products and things like that later on. But first, I'm going to get into our interview. And I want Chef to, introduce yourself and kind of give us, all chefs have a great story, or most chefs have a good story. Some are better than the others, just like their food is, You have an impressive background. Can you share some of your background and how you got to where you are today, and introduce yourself to us and let us kind of know a little bit of everything?
You got it. Thank you for my story. 30 years, 15 years for restaurants, chef, catering, hotels, and 15 years corporate chef. And then over time, research back in the day, maybe 1987, you have 15 guys and 4 girls to start with a Research Chef Association. Mm-hmm. Now, 15 college teach culinology for research chef method, meaning the sciences and then the knowledge for chef equals culinology. Mm-hmm. High volume for any beverages or food. Anyways, back in the day, 1990, the first R&D, I quit Safe Club for the first time, the first job, and started with Moose Hopper Cafe, baking, and then coffee for gourmet coffee before Starbucks, East Coast, Connecticut. And then I met Ben and Jerry's to 1990. Ben and Jerry's is small in the gas station in Vermont, and then decided to purchase Ben and Jerry's waste and cookies and drums, and to make my favorite frozen Moose Hopper sandwiches. I have a restaurant, small, maybe 500 square feet, breakfast, lunch only, closed down for the high school. Yeah, I left 2 o'clock. Opened the breakfast, lunch is famous as baking muffins and bread and scones at 4 o'clock a.m. But I left 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then the high school started and closed down. Anyways, I started to sell in the East Coast, 4 or 5 towns or states. Maine into Rhode Island and Connecticut, Massachusetts. And then May through October, maybe 400, 500, $100,000, $500,000. And season net, maybe novelty for SKUs. I have 3 co-backers. Myself is 28, is young.
Yeah.
And then I have one is Vermont and 2 or 3 distributors. One is Hartford, Connecticut for making non-dairy before the trends ice cream, meaning mousse.
Mm-hmm.
And then another co-packer is bags to top the chocolate mousse, you know. Anyways, the bottom line, I'm running wholesale sales and then restaurants. And then, I mean, I'm young, but I love R&D.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, I went to Charlotte and met my wife, girlfriend, Molly, in Charlotte, Duke Mansion, a member of Duke University,
Mm-hmm.
Moneytown, you
Yeah.
know. Anyways, Duke Mansion is Chef John and I serve, 100 meals gourmet, 100 bucks back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
2000,
Yeah.
now is $250 for making.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, the food costs. Anyways, I moved to Minnesota, and Caribou Coffee hired me. Caribou Coffee back in the day, 2004, has 40 stores.
Mm-hmm.
And the president told me, Michael Coles told me the best food, the best gourmet, the best volume, the beverages. All right, stay tuned. I have no budget and no, zero. And I asked the packers or co-packers to pay my ticket for the flight to the plant because Caribou Coffee is 40 tours, but the business plan is every year 100 stores. I left 4 years later, 440 stores left, international.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with the international franchise for Indian and then Chinese and Iraq. And then left for my own business and tell ingredients to ironically to make medical food,
Mm-hmm.
gluten-free, allergy-free bars, muffins, and then cookies and whole grains and really good flavors, gourmet flavors, chai tea, and then chocolate cherry, really good from Missouri or no, Michigan, really good cherries. Anyways, I had a stroke. I do not remember, but it's December 17th, 8:30, but in the hospital, I died and woke up. And then 10 days later, in my hospital, my wife handed me the ultrasound. I'm pregnant. Molly, our family is 2, ours 2, and then Cooper in the belly.
Mm-hmm.
9 months later, God has a plan. God has a plan. And then my thought is God told me you're better than, you died.
Mm-hmm.
You need to care our family. All right, fine. And then every day is maybe 4 years. Recovery, meaning paralyzed, do not speak. And then my family, second family is my OT and then their Paris. And I know the names to the D now, And then 4 years later, better.
Hmm.
And then um, obviously, the chef lifestyles. I'm bored. I have no job. Recovery is maybe 80%. And my wife said, "You need a cookbook." Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
And I promised my wife 3 boards. All right, 1 board left. I have a culinology board member, RCA, research chef, and then Marshall is 2.5 hours. I'm driving.
Hmm.
A lot of stroke survivors do not work, do not drive, do not anything. You know.
Yes.
Anyways, I heard the internship for the students, 2012, 13, $10 an hour. Ross tests the products in the kitchen, FDA approved kitchen. I built the kitchen from a culinology program for the grants. Anyways, I know the kitchen, whatever, 7, 8 chases. Oh my God, the kids love it. And then Amanda has excellent graphic artists. And then the cookbook has 4 options for gluten-free, allergy-free, non-dairy, etc. Classical recipes only better for you. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Linda has a master degree in the same school, proof the whole book.
Yeah.
Anyways, I left to tour the Midwest to see and teach the people about cooking to save life. Simple recipes, yogurt, non-dairy yogurt with carrots and ginger, fresh gingers. And I grab 2 people, and then you try it. You try it. And 15, 20 minutes, my God, it's good.
Hmm.
Right. Your shelf life is 10 days for this refrigerator. Oh my God, it's simple. Carrots, ginger, yogurt, and 2 or 3, scallions, whatever. Anyways, I love it. I love it. And meanwhile, the Edwards, or no, Estee Lauder announced laid off a whole, 1,000 people or moving.
Hmm.
Molly has, or us, the family, is 2 options: New Orleans or St. Louis. St. Louis is maybe 8 hours from the Twin Cities. And Molly has a family, the father and mother and 2 sisters, and a lot of cousins and nephews and uncles and aunts. And Minnesota has the same thing for the St. Louis Catholic. Anyway, I moved to St. Louis 7 years ago,
Okay.
and then it started with again. Molly, my wife, loves the job as a lauder, but 100 hours, company car, and 45 stores in Midwest, traveling a lot. I'm it. And meanwhile, I saw the article on nutrition / food innovation. I researched, and then St. Louis has really good program. You have one college, is Johnson Wales in Denver,
No, okay.
and then 2 colleges to teach both level
Hmm.
degree nutrition / dietitian, and then food innovation. And Molly told me, "You're it. You have 2 years." All right. 2.5 years later. And then expensive, but fine. I have 1B, excellent, 3.85 grades. I had a stroke. I have a natural software to read out loud, a lot of double time,
Yeah.
the young or kids in the classroom. I'm it for 50 or more, or even the president is, or teacher is 35.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, I graduate 2020 or 19, and then you need, doesn't matter, 18 or 50, internship.
Hmm.
graduate or, sorry, I have an internship. And then Millie retired now, chair from dietitian, have a grant, $500,000 to make and build a food hub for mainly lower income for St. Louis area,
Okay.
meaning Sarah Road had a lot of empty buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, maybe 6 months later, I build the building. I hired, 10 entrepreneurs to make muffins and possibles, chicken brats, whatever. And then I left, graduate 2000 or late. And then I need a job, and I can't, I have a lot of contacts, 25 years.
Oh yeah.
I can't, 66 jobs in person, 15 jobs, Carton, Sarah Lee, General Mills,
Mm-hmm.
final, 2 people left. I will hire the girl. Sorry. Or South Charlotte, for example, plant-based new products in the lab. The Bill's owner said, sorry, your creative is top notch, but I need skills of lab technology. Okay. Anyways, meanwhile, maybe 2 or 3 months later, I found a grant, small grant. Meanwhile, I have 2 or 3 classes for SLU,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs, and build my background. You need a class and interview class to interview, whatever. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Anyways, $2,000 to test my project. My project is veggie jerky. And then business canvas, and then business grants, whatever. And I have no packaging,
Mm-hmm.
no nothing, samples only, 3 kinds, and then samples and surveys. 80% are people love the products. Doesn't matter, 1 or 3. Eggplant, bacon, Brussels sprouts, and mushrooms, pizza flavor mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife said, oh, your hobby. All right, I will try. Meanwhile, I will interview again. Meanwhile, last 2 years ago, farmers market 1 time, and then 2 times, and then 4 times, and maybe 25 times.
Yeah.
And St. Louis is rank 1, the farmers market in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, maybe 80, 90 vendors in the top.
Wow.
In the fall is 40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Each line is coffee, produce, processed food, bakeries, etc. Every line is 4 lines. Anyways, I noticed my wife said, okay, a lot of customers love the jerky. My thought is, you have 10, 12 competitors, but soy protein, a lot of soy protein for cheap jerky,
Mm-hmm.
not the really good. And then I saw Richard Chef, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not understand the bad vegetables to make better for your gym. A lot of mushrooms, expensive. Anyways, my business plan is making lousy vegetable better for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I make eggplant bacon, the top seller. Brussels sprouts, Middle Eastern flavor. The ladies love the products. Even add toppings, cabbage straws, the same formula.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bacon bits, the same formula, only toppings.
Yeah.
And I will change mushrooms to zucchini chips. And then in the fall, I have or late summer, fruit leather or fruit jerky, peach, and then apple, and then the fall late after the Halloween is pumpkin.
Ooh, I want to try pumpkin.
Yeah,
I love pumpkin. Yeah,
yeah, it's cinnamon.
this is the chewy eggplant jerky that we got. This was the one that my husband, we actually all like this one. One bag's already gone. I purchased two. And then um and then we actually got the bits in place of the shiitake mushrooms because they were out. So we have not used those on a salad yet, but my husband is excited about that because originally he was thinking, I'm just going to grab this and put it on the salad. So he was actually pretty excited. And then the Brussels sprouts, I have not opened them up yet. I actually like the Brussels sprouts, but my youngest really loves Brussels sprouts, and I'm thinking that that they will really like it. They like the bacon jerky a lot. So, and like I said, I did not get this stuff. I actually purchased it. So this is not a sponsored video by any means. But I do believe in when there's a good product, I just believe putting it out there for people. It's something that's safe for my family to eat. Obviously, you need to check into it, but everything is top 9 allergen friendly. It's soy free, it's GMO free, it's gluten free, and it's cholesterol free. So he knows his stuff. So it's always great when I honestly emailed him and asked him a couple questions because of the spices on there, because a lot of times it says spices or flavorings, and natural flavorings, and that can mean almost anything. Right. And so when I emailed him directly, one, he responded incredibly quickly, and two, he also sent me all of his bio, and I was like, oh well, this dude knows what he's talking about. I don't have to worry about it. So whenever you find a product like that, and I think it's just amazing. Your story is really amazing. And how you got to, and what you're still doing. I mean, like most people, like you said, don't get to do half of what you're doing or have half of the things that you have experienced since 2008 with being a stroke survivor. I know I have an uncle that has had 3, and so I mean, I has had I can't talk now, has had strokes, has had 3 strokes, and so I know how hard it is to come back from them and that kind of thing. So I'm very impressed, and it's really excited. I will show them your cookbook real quick because he did talk about that. Right. Cooking to Save Your Life. I've actually started reading it because he has a little bit of biography in there too. And it's interesting. That's actually like going on to the next question, which is like, I wrote about a blog about how my children saved my life. And then you wrote your book called Cooking to Save Your Life, and you did go already top us a little bit, but what would you say is, and you already kind of really said what you inspired you to write it to a degree, but what inspired you to really write that, and why do you think somebody should read it?
2 or 3 comments, but first, before my stroke, I made medical food. Mm-hmm. I had a stroke. Why? Researched a lot and found the 90% of the customers or your guests or your friends don't know the ingredients, and then realize, oh yeah, you need to ramp up the ingredients to understand your diet or your food. Big companies lie all the time. My thought is you need to understand the snacks area, and everybody has snacks, and my thought is jerky is beef or pork, a little bit salmon, whatever, but not Whole Foods jerky, barely, mm-hmm. East Coast or West Coast. Anyways, I found teaching with a cookbook, and then a lot of people loved my style and then asked the questions, build the resume for people, and then over time add the doctors. My board advisor is 4 doctors, and then 2 dietitians and myself. and anyways, I tried to get the job. No dice. My age, my disabilities, my stroke, my speech, whatever. I can't win. I turned 60 this year, February. I'm done. I will focus on the best food, jerky, fruit, and toppings. And then even the Slow Kitchen, I will interview and hire dietitian for internship, 2 weeks to understand HACCP program, manufacturers, packaging, inventory, order the farmers market, tour the farmers, tour the people, and then understand your diet, your dietitian. You need to understand food, the whole thing. Yeah, after stroke, before the stroke, my thought is, during the best time to make whole foods. Make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. Basically what we put in our body, food is medicine. And I think what you have to do is not necessarily always try to break the mold, but to create a mold for yourself. So instead of working for somebody else, it makes more sense, in my opinion, to concentrate on what you are doing well and do it good. And obviously it's popular, and I think it will just grow from there. And I think that, your book itself was really interesting to read. It does have, I'm not completely vegan because of like food allergies and that kind of thing. And it's just interesting to see where you have come from, and the fact that you have been able to make this company and to write a book and everything since 2008 is amazing, and really awesome. So yeah, I agree with everything you said there. So
by the way, Chef,
yes,
I changed the food plan after the plant-based products. Well, it's changed heavy vegetables, lower meat.
Okay.
The cookbook is 2015.
Right. Yeah. So there is that change in it. So it's not a completely vegan cookbook, but if you are somebody that just wants to like read a story, plus also learn about, how you change, your food changes over time. And it's a good record to have that, information. So I've enjoyed it so far. I always say that if I learn at least one thing from a cookbook, it's a good thing, because I think as chefs, we need to not be so, I'm perfect at this, like we all have our specialties, just like dietitians have their specialties. Like a lot of people will group us into, if you're a chef, everything about there is to food. There is some food I have never cooked before and I have never experienced, or I can't experience. I always hate it when I meet chefs, and you have met them over the years too, that are closed-minded and they do no wrong. I may not do any wrong in my kitchen, but I at least need to know if I'm going into somebody else's kitchen. It's their house.
No comment.
I like that. So yeah, so you're the creator of Plant Jerky, like we just talked about. So you already kind of went over the process behind creating it. But what future plans and goals do you have for Pure Plant Jerky, like to grow it from here?
Right. Good question. In the fall, first of all, I hired last week social media to help me focus on operations. And then Peter is maybe 15, 20 hours per month on blogs, Facebook, website, and then even yourself, your interview. And then Eli from Denver helped me to raise money for the cookbook. And Eli has an excellent marketing company. And then I have a lot of contacts for magazine and radio station, etc. Each month, 2 or 3 interviews or whatever. And then in the fall, build the students from SLU, Dane Sloan University, to help the students, and then return help me to make the jerky. Every 2 weeks, rotate for the students. And then even the professional teachers, know the routine,
Hmm.
the whole school, not me.
Right.
Your interview or internship is the top notch. For the rare occurrence is research chef, and then you have teach culinology in the college classroom, you know, makes sense. Anyways, build maybe it's 15 SKUs or 12 SKUs by January,
Hmm.
and then the students will help me to understand R&D. Each group, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, build and then create and design a new products. For example, fruit, leather,
Hmm.
doesn't matter. Apple, pie, strawberry, form, whatever. And then I will add the toppings. For example, classical cabbage ranch,
Hmm.
simple, but gluten free, allergy free, no allergies, nothing. And then it's hard. 2 or 3 companies produce plant-based liquid and dry. Dry mix is not good for multi-injection, and then liquid is better for us, organic and GMO free.
Hmm.
The problem is vegetarian have 50, 60 waters in the produce. A lot of dry dehydrator.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, build the company with maybe internship and then 2 or 3 people. Next year, I will buy a new line for upgrade the volume, meaning I will make maybe 50, 500 bags per week. This time next year is 2,000, 3,000 bags per week.
Yeah.
And then online sales only, no stores.
Hmm.
Why? I do not understand 60% gone, distributors and whatever. And the farmers market to try a new version. Try peach cobbler,
Hmm.
try apple pie, peach or pumpkin puree, whatever, doesn't matter. And then build slowly over time,
Hmm.
and then 15 SKUs, and then ramp up. For from my target market is millenniums and Gen X and Z. And then boomers love the products to buy the kids.
Yeah.
And then focus on Midwest and then East Coast and West Coast and then South,
Hmm.
because pockets for that vegetarian, even plant-based products is going on. The trends is top notch. There's $7 billion industry, half the milk, non-dairy milk, and then
Hmm.
maybe snacks is maybe $1 billion. Small meaning jerky is maybe $500,000.
Yeah.
Small, but a lot of companies has a soy protein, not me. 2 or 3 uh, veggie for mushrooms, and then that's it.
Yeah. No, I totally, yeah, it's you have like a really great plan going on there. And have well, I mean, obviously your background and then also the product is good. And that's the biggest part. If your product's not good, then it's not going to go anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So money's on the product for sure.
Right.
And I think that what you're doing is great. Like I already said it like 6 times, but no, you have a really great plan there. Definitely send me anything you want me to try. I'm just saying it out there.
Got it. I know the address.
That's right. Yeah, you got the address now. So before we wrap up, do you have anything else you want to add or anything that you want to make sure we cover?
Yes. I launched over 55 products, and then I know to my heart, it's big companies, do not tell the truth. Read the labels, read ingredients all the time. Your allergies. And then my passion is teach the people, the
Mhm.
customers. And then I have, maybe 1,000 emails because I'm passionate. I know the people know, you know, in person, I will sell. No, no, no. Education first, friends second, and sell the products.
Mhm.
Then that's it. I'm done. I'm turned 60, maybe 10 years later, I'm retired, or the kids will make another jerky for round two. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. I was recently on the news a couple weeks ago, and we're talking about like ingredients. I definitely believe that transparency is so important. We've come a long way with the companies like in the past 10 years, I'd say. But even then, still the transparency is not always there. You almost feel like they don't want you to know what's in the product sometimes. So the more transparent you are about your products, a lot of people are listening, and they're saying it the same thing, which is, let us know what's in the products, because we don't really want to know your secret. We don't want to make it. We just want to make sure we can purchase it and not die from it. I mean, really, honestly, that's what we
The,
want to know.
the first email from you, can you advise me for your ingredients?
Right,
No
exactly.
problem. Natural flavor from the big companies, you have a problem for your kids. I will email you for the best bacon, for
Mm-hmm.
example, GMO free, and no problem. Big, a lot of, first of all, food has no patents, zero
That's right.
trademark.
Mm-hmm.
Pure Plant Jerky.com for my trademark, and that's it.
That's right.
I have no problem to understand and teach me, you people about ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Big companies will lie, but sorry, I am honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's unfortunate that we have to deal with that kind of thing, but I think we've all been in. I think anybody that's had to deal with food allergies or celiac disease or
right.
anything has been in that shoes and realized that sometimes it's just the truth is not always there. So it's good that you are very transparent, and that's one of the things you have so much experience, so it's really great that you are putting yourself out there and that kind of thing. And I have the same love of teaching, which is why I started
Right.
Allergy Dragon, and I do teaching classes and things like that. So I have the same love there. So I totally get
Remember,
everything you're saying.
remember Shark Tank? Shark
Yes.
Tank in the TV
Yeah.
business. You need a patent first. You have a 1.5 sales. No, no. A lot of friends told me, "Oh my God, you will go to Shark Tank." No, no, no. Online first,
Hmm.
or ever online, where no, Shark Tank is a different,
Yeah,
business
it is. It's a different
investor.
business. I've been told to get on Shark Tank before too. And I'm like, no, that's not what I need to do. And that's not what I'm doing. Originally people were like, let's open up a restaurant. You need to open a restaurant. You need to do that. No, I don't. That's not what I want to do. Thank you very
I
much.
did
I
20
have
minutes
to.
ago. Right here.
Yeah,
Right
I
there.
have
Done.
to.
Next
I'm like,
question.
exactly. It's always the people that have never ran a restaurant that have absolutely no clue. That are like, oh yeah, yeah, that's just so much easier said than done, especially nowadays.
Two,
Um,
one comment is the first Moose Upper Cafe,
mm-hmm.
maybe 100 customers. Oh my God. I mentioned to my wife has a new copy. I have no idea, I'm it. I will make the coffee, and then you have 100 people. Oh my God, my idea. Oh wow, okay, my idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They always want to take credit for it.
right. I know. Oh my God. And 5, 6 years later, close down. Where's Kurt?
Yeah,
100
exactly.
hours per week. Sorry, I'm moving, married, kids,
Hmm.
life.
Yeah, I've been there and done that. Okay, well, before we get too off, we are pretty much done with our show. So I want to end it and then we can stay talking afterwards. But okay, so thank you so much, Kurt, for coming on. It was really fantastic for you to share all your insight with us. I probably went over, may have to break this down into 2 episodes. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look at the end footage because we just kept on talking, which is good. But it's okay. No, it's fine. I'd rather have too much footage than not enough. Okay. So go ahead and make sure that you subscribe and like down below, and I'll have all the information below so you can contact Kurt and get a hold of this plant jerky. And if you have any comments or questions, please make sure to comment below, or you can message us directly. Like I said, his information will be below. I'll talk to you all later, and thank you. Bye.
Bye.